All right, here we are. Snow today, very, very much snow. Still 7 below, but it is warmer. Yesterday was almost 20 below. Yeah, so we're not out walking. Too much wet, too much cold. Everybody's been sick for a week now. Today will be the first day back to school for my daughter. The neurovirus, is stomach bug, is running wild here in Canada. And yeah, so everybody's been pretty sick. Don't know if you can see much from the window here, but snow is definitely there. It's piling up on the ground, as you can see. There was not much snow yesterday because it was too cold, too dry. And when it gets super cold like that, it gets super dry, the air. Can't really snow much. We did have a couple of flurries in the morning. But now, it's supposed to be snow squalls, and they weren't supposed to start until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and unless time has had some kind of fast-forward movement, I think it's starting now. It could be potentially as much as 10 centimeters or more just by this afternoon. And from the looks of it, it's supposed to snow these snow squalls off and on for the rest of the week. The week is, well, one more day plus the weekend. At least, maybe more. Don't see many people or many things going on out here, as far as I know. I did see one bus, but as far as I know, buses were canceled, most of them anyway. Even though the schools never close, so if you can walk there, and most do, unless you're handicapped or you have a special need of some sort. School never closes, which is unfortunate for teachers and other people who do have to drive to get to work. Anyway, this is what we've been dealing with here in Canada. Freezing cold and snow since Christmas. I'm going to say since the New Year. The weather has been, how can you say, super duper cold. Part of climate change is the hotter the summer is, and it was hot enough to burn your skin off if you stood outside for more than 5 minutes. The colder your winter will be, and it has been since January 1st. Cold enough to frostbite your body parts off within 3 minutes, at least here in Ontario. We are under a snow warning today. Even though we have warmed up, it is still -7, which is roughly 20 to 21 degrees Fahrenheit, I guess. So, with the wind that's coming with these squalls, it's still quite cold. Does not feel like 21 by any means. We're really hoping for nicer weather to take over, but it's not looking promising, at least not up until the point where we can see the 14-day forecast shows below 0 every day, literally. through approximately the 10th of February. And I haven't looked much further than that. I even find it hard to believe that they can predict the weather out 14 degrees accurately, but I'll trust them on the cold here, because it doesn't look like it's ready to go away anytime soon. But if it stays gray like this, there is a darn good chance no groundhog is going to see his shadow. I see kids marching down the back alleyway already. Look like high school students. I wonder if they're closing school. That would be really upsetting. I just got back from taking my daughter to school about 20 minutes ago. I have still been wearing my walking boots. We haven't had enough snow. My walking shoes. We still haven't had enough snow to really wear boots, but it looks like today I'm going to have to dig them out. Put my snow boots on to get back to get my daughter. We're about ankle deep in the snow already. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll stop until after they're home. I don't know. That is what it should do, because it's not even supposed to start until after they come home from school today. Anyway, we haven't put a weather cam up at all yet this winter, because we have hardly had any weather to talk about until now, and cold weather isn't much to put a camera up to watch. But the snow, we had the snow cam last year that seemed very popular. We do have our new camera. We need to put it to the test yet. We have yet to put this camera to a real big test, and through this glass is not much of a test. We did have it out for about 15 minutes one day, but it was really cold, and the camera and the gimbal and everything was really struggling to do what it was supposed to do. Kids enjoyed it though. They were all, because it was after the snow last time, and they were making snow angels and the snow coating we got. It was just barely enough to make the ground white, but they were trying their best to do the snow angels and the snowmen. So we truly are having snow squalls here for all you guys who already had the snow south of here. Now it's warmed up and we're getting it. Seen our vlogger friend in Philadelphia out trying to ride his electric bike this morning. And that's some crazy stuff, because even if there's no wind, when you're riding that electric bike, the wind chill can make it feel like as much as 25 below. Your skin can still freeze in less than 3 minutes. And I think he was learning very quickly that he probably should have went for a car ride instead of a bike ride. At first, he thought it was nice and warm. He was talking about maybe going to Atlantic City for a walk on the boardwalk and out off of their stone piers and stuff. And man, that I can't imagine that the wind chill would be far, far worse if you got out standing on those stone piers in the ocean. I wouldn't doubt if it isn't all blocked so you can't get to those areas. You got to stay in the casinos or out the front, the main streets, pretty much. Because they've had some pretty serious snow down there. In some areas, anyway. I know even Louisiana had some good snow, and that's very unusual. Once in a generation type of thing. So the weather outside is frightful. Can't stay recording too long, but I wanted to give you a view of what we are looking at here in Canada, and show you why we haven't been vlogging. When we take our phones and stuff out in the snow, and I know sometimes you see vloggers in Toronto and stuff, they do the snow walks, but when we take them out, the phones, they don't like to charge for hours afterwards because the ports get wet. And then the chargers just go into panic mode. Your phone is wet, unplug it, it will, and it don't start charging for hours afterwards. Everything dries out. You have to have the super big power banks and all that stuff to run the phones in the snow and the rain. We just don't make enough. In fact, we don't make enough. We make zero income from our vlogs and our videos. We are not monetized in any way. I personally am just doing it for documenting various things and have a record of our life as it is today. I might be going live later with do some reaction to the news and the interesting things going on in the world, all the people who ran off and became Little Red Book or TikTok refugees. That's what they are. They ran off to Little Red Book or Red Note, whatever you want to call it. And I find it surprising that so many Americans thought that China was the ancient pictures that they share in schools today, where everything is decaying and falling apart, people living in squalor and whatnot. China hasn't been that way for decades and decades now. They're almost further, I ain't even going to say almost. Most places are decades ahead of North America when it comes to technology and infrastructure and stuff like that. In fact, the U.S. isn't even trying, so it makes the U.S. look like it's not even trying. As far as being here in Canada, it's a little bit different. Things are moving toward electric, including our buses and our cars and whatnot, e-bikes, and it's a process, but it's moving. And our infrastructure, yeah, we're kind of train-based. In the bigger cities, we're very train-based. In the smaller cities, not as much. It's more bus and taxis and whatnot. But even the taxis are electric today, and the city just made the announcement that all its electric buses will be here by the summer. So they're going to have a fleet of electric buses even in our little city. We had they were not testing just over the pandemic. They not only tested electric, but they also tested self-driving buses here in our city. We had one to test. pretty incredible, to be honest. It was, you could order it like a taxi and it would set its route according to where it got people hailing it from. The best, quickest route to the terminal to get on your transferred buses. Yeah, we can testify that the electric self-driving bus with the Uber-like thing where you ordered the bus like you order a taxi cab and it set its route according to where it had the most people to pick up, going from terminal to terminal, or from the terminal to the mall, back to the terminal. I think they tried it on all those routes. It was certainly more efficient than some of what we got going on right now with their new system, which is finally getting ironed out and has far less people complaining about it. But it still does fall behind very easily. I'm not sure if you can see the snow blowing and drifting across past that wooden fence there, but over in those yards, there must be a heck of a wind going between those buildings, because there is some snow blowing and drifting like you wouldn't believe. You can, yeah, every once in a while you can see it in the camera. This is crazy, guys. Here comes the salt. No, this is the cleaning people, I would think. I would think they would have the salter in the plow, but I don't think there's enough snow for that yet. Definitely property management just pulled in. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If I could be outside, the crunch in the snow would have been ASRM-like, but yeah, I don't want to get the phone wet and not be able to use it for several hours. The snow is getting heavier instead of lighter, as you can see. Anyway, I hope you give us a like and a follow and share our content. It really helps. I want to thank you all for your support and for those who keep coming back and watching our magic videos and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. Yeah, but like I said, we're probably going to go live and we're going to start to have a series of reaction lives about current affairs and current events, various things, be it cryptocurrency or the Trump presidency or whatever. I hope you give us a like and a follow. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.